Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Prep Now. Today's video is going to be about the beginning, the basics, prepping 101. Now, everybody should want to become a prepper. We kind of lost sense of being a little bit more self-reliant and a little bit more prepared over the past couple of generations. What is prepping? Prepping is just being prepared, being ready for anything, essentially. Whether you think it's going to be nuclear war, an EMP, a bad snowstorm in your area, distribution interruption, whatever it may be, they're all the same. You and your family want to be prepared. So, where to begin? You need to begin by just having a discussion with your family, with your other half. That way you all can be on the same page, have the same mindset, and work towards the same goal. You need to be prepared, plain and simple. Once you do that, you need to come up with a budget. You need to figure out how much money do we have to put towards prepping. Do we do it once a month? Do we go out weekly? Me personally, me and my family, I budget about $40 to $50 per paycheck to go out and buy preps. So that's our budget. It works pretty well. $40, $50, you can get quite a bit of supplies to start putting some food away. But what do you get? The first thing you should do if you're brand new into prepping is work on 1 week's worth of food. And don't just go out and buy anything to make it equal a week's worth of food. You want to get food that you and your kids are going to actually eat. So the best way to do that is look in your fridge, look in your cabinets, see what you already eat. You're going to want to look at this because some kids might not want to eat a can of Spam. They might only eat macaroni and cheese or pasta or chicken or something. So the first thing you're going to want to do is look in your cabinets in your fridge and write down a list. Come up with a list of 1 week's worth of food, and then that's your goal. That's what you want to obtain. You start with your budget and you start slowly trying to get things on that list. Once that is done, that's a great start. That should make you feel accomplished, and that should give you a little bit of peace of mind knowing that, hey, if something were to happen, a tree falls down on a power line or blocks a road and you can't get to the grocery store, you now have a week's worth of food. Granted, you'll probably get to the grocery store in a couple of hours, but being prepared for anything is that comfort feeling. So get that week's worth of food in your house. Where to put it? You can start by you definitely want to keep it separate. You want to put it into a cabinet that is for emergencies only. Put it in a tote down into the basement. Make sure that different animals can't get to it though, or put it in your pantry just so you know where it is and it's safe. Along with the food that you get for a week, you're also going to need to get some water. You're going to need water to drink. You're going to need water to brush your teeth and to cook some food in. They always recommend 1 gallon per person per day. So if you can obtain that, that's great. I think that's a little bit much. There's days there you won't drink all that much, maybe a half a gallon or so, and you won't need water for every meal. So 1 gallon could last a person up to 2 days. But everybody's different. Everybody consumes water a little different. So play it the way you want to play it. Get as much water as you think you need. If you live in a rural area, you could have city water or sewer, or you could have a well. As long as you know you have a way to obtain water, maybe you don't have to purchase that much water. You can buy some things to store out of convenience, but as long as you have a way to get water, that's the most important. Now, you need to stay organized. If you can stay organized, it makes things so much easier. You want to make sure you're not buying too much of one item and not another. You want to make sure that you're sticking to your list. Your goal and your plan is to get that first week's of food. You don't want to buy too much of something and not another. So make sure you have your list written down and you keep track of how much you have and how much you're going to get. Pre-plan this. Make sure you say, okay, I get paid tomorrow. I'm going to go out and I'm going to get some food preps. Well, come up with that shopping list of what you're going to get with that allotted budget. I look at many different stores. I try to find the best bang for the buck, whatever's cheapest, whatever's good and cheap. Okay. You don't need name brand items. Great Value or like the Walmart brand or the store brand is just as good a quality, but for cheaper prices. So if you can stretch that dollar and get the same quality of food and more of it, then that's what you should do. Make your preps stretch as long as you can. Let's see, what else? Well, I have discovered that I am not very good at making YouTube videos. Just so you're aware, I might stumble and lose train of thought here once in a while, but we'll get through it. So, what did we cover? We covered what prepping is, we covered family support, covered your first goal, which should be 1 week's of food and water, or 1 week's worth of food and water, and then staying organized. Next couple of videos, we're going to start getting into a little bit more advanced prepping, food storage, how to preserve food for long term. We're going to go over lists. I have quite an extensive list of different food items, first aid, toiletry items, things of that nature. So we're going to go over quite a bit in these next few videos to kind of jumpstart this channel and show people what we're all about. So set that goal, get that 1 week's worth of food, talk to your family, get on the same page, and we'll see you here in a few days with the next video. So we'll see you next time while there's still time.